Next up on Sunny Voyage, September 30th, 2024, Pro Wrestling Noah, was a terrific tag team matchup that saw Manabu Soya team up with the man he won the national title from, Ulka Sasaki, taking on Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. and Galeno del Mal. Wow. Let me tell you something. There's been many previews between Manabu Soya and El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. for their upcoming singles match for that national title. And this is one of the better ones, even though, here's my issue with it. Ulka Sasaki, love him. Think he's great. I think he needs pushed to the moon. He's an incredible athlete who's come over from MMA and adapted quickly. But here, I don't think he was an ideal partner for Manabu Soya. He didn't really seem to be able to help him, whenever he was being double teamed. He didn't seem to help him whenever there was a pinfall attempt being made on him. I don't want to say he never did that at all, but I want to say he didn't do it much. And maybe it's because there's some animosity, of him losing his title to him. I don't know. But of course, the match kicked off with Soya and Wagner Jr. getting each other's faces. But it was Ulka Sasaki and big Galeno del Mal that started off, because Ulka Sasaki wants to prove that he can hang with these big guys. That no one's too big to get choked out, even that 60-inch neck or whatever Del Mal has. But Del Mal did dominate him in a way, strength-wise, size-wise, tossed him around. Manabu Soya comes in, takes over. Wagner comes in since Soya's in the ring. And let me tell you something, Soya pretty much controlled him. Threw him outside the ring, beat him up a lot, hit him with a kick to the face, tagged Sasaki back in and said, now do something. He took Wagner Jr. down and tagged Sasaki back in and said, now you do your work. Damn it. And he did. He delivered a lot of kicks, but he was a little arrogant. Ulka Sasaki was a little arrogant. You can't be that way with Dr. Wagner Jr. It backfired, and he started to get beat up before it was all said and done. He did a good job in there against him, but he started getting beat up, and Wagner Jr. tags his brother in, and he comes in, and he begins to toss Ulka Sasaki around, slamming him, hitting that big running splash on him. And to his credit, Manabu Soya comes in to break this up, right? Manabu Soya is in there saying, I'm going to take care of my tag team partner, right? I'm going to take care of my boy. And he does, and Ulka Sasaki begins to come back until Wagner Jr.'s brother, Galeno del Mal, hits him with a giant clothesline, knocks him halfway across the ring. This causes Manabu Soya to tag back in, so of course Dr. Wagner does, and they literally just have fisticuffs back and forth at close range, rights and lefts, back and forth, 1-2, 1-2. They back up and just stare at each other with intense looks on their faces. Of course, you can't see Wagner Jr.'s face completely with that mask on, and it's Manabu Soya controlling again, a big spear to Dr. Wagner Jr., followed by a huge suplex, brainbuster, they call them in Japan, and a flying clothesline on Galeno del Mal, who comes in and tries to interfere. He tells Ulka Sasaki to take care of Galeno del Mal, so Sasaki jumps over the top rope, tope suicida, onto Galeno del Mal, and he catches him. Del Mal just catches him, throws him down to the ground, into the poles, just takes care of him, comes in and starts to beat down Manabu Soya. Manabu Soya takes care of him. Manabu Soya is taking care of Galeno del Mal. Delivers a massive clothesline, knocks him off his feet, down to the ground, picks Dr. Wagner Jr. up, delivers his Death Valley driver. Dr. Wagner kicks out and delivers his own Death Valley driver to Manabu Soya, followed by a huge clothesline when Manabu Soya kicks out of that, and the Wagner driver for the win. And I'm telling you, you heard the air go out of this crowd. They were like, oh. Like, I'm not saying they don't like Wagner Jr. They came around and applauded for him, but they did not expect this. They did not expect the national champion, who has been on fire for some time, to get beaten up and taken down by the brother tag team from Mexico, Dr. Wagner and Galeno del Mal. But he did. And really, it's because Ulka Sasaki really didn't break up the pin here, didn't break up any pin attempt. Not really. I mean, I like him. You've heard me say so. He's a great guy. He's a great wrestler. He's adapted so well. But here, did he stay at bay out of fear of the brothers? Or did he stay at bay because he thought, the hell with this guy who beat me for my title? I don't know. But I think Wagner got some advantage here when Ulka Sasaki wasn't a great partner. He didn't run out on him. Wasn't that bad. But he wasn't a great partner for Soya here. And when it's over and Soya's laying on the ground, Dr. Wagner takes his national title, gets in his face, calls him a stupid MFer, and basically promises to take that title when they face off. This was a good match, and I like Ulka Sasaki, but it would have been a little better if it had a little bit more reliable help from his tag team partner, in my opinion. You're great, Ulka Sasaki, but that's my opinion of this match. It was good, though, for what it was.